Cool.
All right, we're live. Oh, well, video. I haven't put audio in yet, guys.
So we can share now.
You should see it pop up.
I'm going to Facebook. Yeah.
No, that's me.
Oh.
I posted that.
You're going to get this.
Just so we have to go to your channel, right?
Yeah, Muso channel.
Okay.
You're listening to the Muso channel.
Hello and welcome to In Session tonight, Monday night, with Marcus Jackson, Elvis Presley impersonator extraordinaire. Hello, Marcus.
Hello, how are you?
Good. And Mary Grace from Melrose Reception.
Hi, guys.
How you doing? So tonight we're going to talk about a show that's coming up at the Melrose.
Yes.
But before we do, we're actually going to talk about you being an Elvis Presley impersonator.
A tribute artist, yes.
And a tribute artist,
Yes,
and you know, the life of what you do, basically. So, because it's not just a matter of doing shows here in Melbourne, is it? It's like you've done stuff over in Memphis, and you represented Australia in Memphis.
That's right. Been doing this for about 8 years now, and
Yep.
it's a great thing, you know, to do what you love doing and performing as Elvis or paying tribute to Elvis Presley. It's very special to myself and to many fans and, you know, friends that we've created throughout this community.
Yep.
And throughout the time, I've had the opportunity to go over to Memphis.
Yep.
And had the opportunity to also go to Sri Lanka and New Zealand and do a couple of wonderful things. So if it wasn't for Elvis, I probably would still be in Australia and not going anywhere. So
Yeah.
he's done a lot. Yeah.
So when did you first get the itch to do Elvis? How old were you? Were you like, was it like, I was like, you know, a little kid?
No, look, a lot of the times we hear a lot of the guys go, oh yeah, I was like 2 years old and I was, you know,
And I was moving
and I mean, I find that sometimes hard to believe. But the reason, or when I started to get into it, I was probably about at least 20.
Okay.
Yeah, at least 20, because prior to actually doing Elvis, I did a cabaret, like a floor show, and we did it in multiple venues across Melbourne, and Melrose Reception being one of them.
Yep.
And during the act, I actually did a little bit of Elvis. So it wasn't a lot. So I think we did like Blue Suede Shoes and Hound Dog. But also in the act, I also did Michael Bublé, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. So it was a bit of like a Vegas
crooning and
a Vegas style show.
Yeah.
But what happened was, at the end of the show, a lot of people would then come up to me and they will always mention the Elvis part of it. Oh, you did that so great. It was wonderful. And, you know, you should take it a bit more seriously. But I didn't take it seriously because I didn't know what an Elvis tribute artist was. Like, I've never heard of these guys before. Yeah. So it wasn't until a few years later on that I started to look into it, because I didn't know what an ETA was. They called them an ETA. Yep. And I thought it was just, you know, estimated time of arrival. I didn't know what was going on. So I, you know, looked it up, and there was a guy coming from America called Max Pelicano. Yep. And he was doing a big show at the Crown Casino, and I thought, you know what? I've never seen an Elvis guy or someone portray Elvis. So let's go and see it. So I went to see Max, and I couldn't believe, like, it was possible to do it. So then I was actually...
And you were 20 at this age, roughly?
Yeah, I was 20, and, you know, then, you know, moved on to, you know, 21, everything like that. And I didn't do anything about it until probably around about 29, 30 or so, because I just thought at that time, I don't know if I'm really into that, because I was more doing the cabaret scene. So I didn't know if I was, you know, even do it justice, because for me, there's no point doing something if you're not going to do justice. So it wasn't until I got married. And during that, I got up and the band played a couple of songs, Burning Love, and I think it was Devil in Disguise or something. And I'm having a great time singing it, taking it a little bit more seriously. And it wasn't until my wife's auntie came up to us and she actually pulled me aside and she goes, "Did you do this like professionally?" I said, "No, absolutely not. I do a couple of songs." She goes, "I tell you what, you must start taking it seriously." She goes, "I do follow and see a lot of guys." She goes, "But what you do on stage and how you portray it and your voice," she goes, "I haven't heard anything like it."
Yeah.
And I thought about it and I said to my wife, "Well, what do you reckon? Do we do it? Like, I've seen a few other guys now do it." And she said, "Why not?" So a couple of weeks later, we buy a $2,000 jumpsuit. And then it's like, we better get shows.
Because the outfits are pretty expensive, aren't they?
They're very expensive. Yeah. Look, there's a few people around the world that actually do make it. And there's some great people that do fantastic detailing. So you got to be careful where you go. The most popular one is probably B&K, which were the original guys who did Elvis, did his jumpsuits.
Yeah.
So they were the original ones. So a lot of people, get their jumpsuits through, B&K. But if you look around hard enough, there are a lot of different
and they're
dressmakers.
Are they pretty hot when you're doing a show?
Yeah, they're like extremely warm.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes if it's a cold night, you put the jumpsuit on and you feel good.
Yeah.
But the minute you get on stage and you hit the lights, then
Bang.
it's like you can start sweating in no time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot of detailing that goes into these jumpsuits, and for me, it was pretty much. I mean, you learn as you go through.
Yeah.
So getting my first jumpsuit, and I thought, great, we're on a path. Here we go. But then there was so much that I needed to learn to actually get to a point of winning 4 titles, representing Australia in Memphis, working at casinos. There's so much you need to learn.
So representing Australia in Memphis, how did that come about?
All right, so there's a competition that is run by Elvis Presley Enterprises, and all around the world.
So that's held in every country.
Every country around the world.
Yep.
And there's particular people who run these competitions. There's festivals that run them, but they're all governed by Elvis Presley Enterprise. So there's a set of rules, and in these rules, you need to perform a couple of songs.
Yep.
You get to do a costume change, and you're judged by a panel of 3, 4 judges.
Are they Elvis Presley guys dressed up in Elvis Presley
No,
suits?
they're not dressed up as Elvis Presley, but they are very knowledgeable
in Elvis.
Yeah. So pretty much you're up on stage and you're going through the motions of a competition now.
Yeah.
So it's not about your performance anymore. It's about how close are you to the king.
Real king.
Yeah. How close are you vocally, the way you look, the way you move. These days it gets very competitive to a point of, including your weight size. Are you near the same weight as Elvis was? I mean, this guy was like a 32-inch waist.
Yeah.
Very, very small. The look, the makeup, everything like that. So it takes a lot, depending how far you want to go with the level, So we did, actually, I did a few. I didn't win straight away. So at Viva Surfers Paradise on the Gold Coast, they hold it's called the Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist Contest.
Yep.
And so I entered that, and first 2 times came second, both times. And, you keep on perfecting your act and you try and work out why, or what will it take to come first.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I didn't win yet. It wasn't until I was invited to go to Memphis to experience, Graceland, Elvis Week, to do a performance there.
So who invited you for that?
Well, there was a gentleman who organised the Viva Surfers Paradise.
So he
invited
contest.
You. Yeah,
you're one of the organisers.
Yeah, so I didn't win, but he's like, you know what?
You got promised,
Would
man.
you like to, come over and just experience it anyway?
Yeah.
tell you what, best thing I could have done, because I did that in 2013.
Yep.
2013, I did that. So got nowhere in 2013, but was invited to go across because obviously, there's potential there. And it wasn't until you go to the Elvis Week Festival, but it's not until you hit Graceland. When you go into Graceland, it's a different ball game. It's a different world. It's like I didn't understand Elvis well enough until I went to Graceland. When you go to Graceland and you're invited in his home and you see how the king lived, you see this beautiful, massive hallway that he has with all gold records, with achievements of how generous he was to donate to hospitals, all this stuff that he did, and you just freeze for a moment and you go, this guy was just something more, than just human. Like, he was a king for a reason, and he treated people with so much respect and very humble guy. Like, he would take the shirt off his back for anyone. But you don't realize, you hear a lot of stories, but if you don't go to Memphis, you don't go to Graceland, you don't get it.
Yeah.
So when I went and I explored a lot, I learned a lot of just about Elvis. I came back and we tried a few more times in 2014, 2015. We came second. And then you continue to work your craft. And then in 2016, we won the Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist competition in Surfers Paradise. Well, I say we. This like me and my alter ego.
Okay.
No.
Me, myself, and I.
Yeah, so there's three of us.
Yeah.
No, I say that because what I think is really important, and some guys have it and some guys don't, is a massive a support base of people that constantly love to come to your shows, love to see what you do.
Yep.
That is a massive support group. So when I went to Surfers Paradise in 2016, I had a lot of Melbourne people come up because they wanted to support me.
Yep.
And it was absolutely beautiful. So not just that, my wife is very supportive in what I do.
That's who I was waiting for.
She's a beautiful wife.
Yeah. And she was actually one of my showgirls.
Behind every successful man is always a good woman.
Beautiful lady.
Admittedly, Marcus, not only that, I saw you in the leathers, mate. You look pretty good in the leathers.
Thank you, man.
You look like the young
Pino,
Elvis.
do I have to get worried?
Thank you.
Will, please don't come in with leathers, please.
So my wife's a big support. So she came up, and not just that, there's a lot that she does behind the scenes. We're talking like she'll pack my jumpsuit, she'll get it out, have it ready for me. She does all these amazing things. So that's why I say we, because when I went there in 2016, not only was it just me on stage, but it was the support behind it that got me through it. And, to finally achieve, the ultimate that you can achieve in Australia, once you win this competition, you set a particular standard for yourself.
Yeah. And
then that standard you must uphold, let alone to say that I'll be re-entering again this year in 2018.
Yep.
So what happens is once you win, you've got to take a year off. They won't allow you to re-enter. Yeah. So then I'll be re-entering again in this year, 2018. And the great thing about it is this is the key.
So is this the King of the World semi-pro division?
No, sorry.
This is different.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. This competition is governed by Elvis Presley Enterprises, the Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist contest. So long story short, when you win, you then get to go to Memphis and you get to compete in the semi-finals. So what we do here in Australia or anywhere in the world is you do a preliminary final.
Yeah.
So once you win that,
then you go and do
it's
the real
great thing. But then you got to go to Memphis and you got to compete against the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And like these guys, like they take it seriously, So that's where you learn.
So is that like the those TV shows where they got the little kids that get dressed up and they get them to do all the
dancing?
Is it like that where you've got?
Well, Elvis Week is massive.
Yeah.
You do have little kids. There's a lot of actually little tribute artists that are out there at the moment.
Yeah.
13 years old. someone got jumpsuits on and leathers and gold
Pink
jackets,
leathers.
and it's great.
Keep them away from Pino.
Okay, yeah.
And it's great because in the generation that we have, we have to keep reminding and let people know who Elvis Presley was.
Yeah.
What he's done for music, which
He's
will lead
done
us
heaps.
into our show Retro on the King. So what he's done for music in general and the inspiration that he's had upon many groups, successful groups and bands and people today. So you go to Memphis, you compete, and then whatever happens. So we made top 20 in the world, so that was quite exciting.
That's pretty good.
Being on stage with the rest of the guys also that make the top 5 and 3s and the winner, it's humbling. It's very humbling.
I have to admit, Pino was before we started the show. Pino actually made a comment and said that he saw you down at Musicland.
Yeah,
and he goes, "Man, it was good." What, Pino?
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. Actually, it was very entertaining, Marcus.
Thank you.
And it was really good. What I liked about it though is, you actually interact with the crowd a lot, which I don't see many Elvis guys do that at all. They just do their show and then walk off. But you actually interacted with the crowd, and you had them on the palm of your hand.
Well, that just comes from Elvis. It's the whole studying. Seeing what Elvis, did.
Because Elvis did do that.
He did, absolutely. Yeah. He loved his audience. That's why he came back in '68. He'd done movies for since 61, to '68, and he was missing the fans. All these movies that he wanted to do. He always wanted to be his idol, James Dean.
Yeah.
But as everyone knows the story, the directors were just like, "No, Elvis, just sing, man." So every line that just sing, man. So towards the end of his career, he was quite frustrated and upset. I mean, to a point where he was able to walk the street, and nobody harassed him.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's like,
"Didn't know that.
Hang on, what's going on here?"
Of stories.
Yeah, because the 70s free love, started to kick in, and the hippies and everything.
We see Mary's actually in the movie. She's still there.
A bit more of an 80s there. A bit more 80s there. But so then that's when he made the decision, you know what, I need to get back to the audience. And from the moment he did the TV special in '68, it was full-on interaction with his audience. From jokes, he would...
That was a great one, yeah.
He would go into the crowd. I mean, he would kiss everybody that, wanted to kiss him. So he always gave, and this is the important thing about Elvis. He always gave to the people.
Yes.
So why not interact with your audience when you do a show? You know? And I got a lot of comments after, not just that show, but a lot of shows that I do.
Yeah.
It's, great interaction.
It is. It's great.
The
it's awesome.
humor that Elvis had, I also try and portray that.
I was going to say, you actually did put some humor.
Yeah, I like to make people laugh on stage. And, Elvis mucked around with his band, so at times I'll turn around and, you were there with, Joe and Anthony. Yeah. We had an absolute ball on stage. It was just...
No, it's great.
That's the other thing. When you're live on stage, and if you've got a frontman doing the Elvis thing, if you've got someone who's fronting the band and being a muso, if they're having fun and you're incorporating the band, the crowd love it.
The crowd sees it.
The crowd sees it, they feel it, and they love it, and they want to be a part of it. Yeah,
and that's what we're trying to portray. So
actually, Rory, one of our followers, Rory's put, how many of the real serious guys go the full way with plastic surgery, etc.?
Oh.
Yeah, that is an amazing question, because that actually does happen. Absolutely.
Yes, I've seen it.
Absolutely. But we're talking about quality guys, though. Like, it's not like some guy just decides tomorrow, I'll just start Elvis and I'll get the plastic surgery, because there's no point doing that if all of a sudden your vocals aren't there, your moves aren't there. If you've only got the face, what about the rest of it? But definitely a lot of guys do that. Some top guys, in America, the UK. But you know what? At the end of the day, if someone came up to you and said, "I'll give you a lifetime contract, we'll just do shows forever," would you do it? My answer is, yeah, I absolutely would.
Yeah.
So if there's anyone out there that wants to take me on a lifetime contract, I'll do the whole plastic surgery thing. Not a problem.
Now, speaking of a show, you're doing a show at the Melrose.
Yes, we are.
Now, it's on... fill us in on the dates and stuff. Go on.
It's on the 23rd of June, Saturday night. It's coming up. It's going to be a great night.
Awesome. Now it's a retro and the king.
That's why I'm dressed up like
Look
this.
at this.
I reckon you should stand up and show us.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
I think
come
you
on,
should
Mary.
Show us,
Yeah.
Mary.
Show. Look
Go
at
on.
that.
Look
You're
at
bringing
that.
You're bringing me back to my
Yeah.
my days.
I think a bit of a Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah,
It is a Cyndi
Yeah.
Lauper thing, isn't it?
All
Yeah.
right.
It'll be a good night.
And she comes straight from work like
Yeah, I
that.
came from work. This is how I get dressed up for work.
Now, the night, it's being retro and the king. How are you mixing, emulsifying the two?
Okay, well, this is the mystery question. The reason why I came up with this concept of the show is because it hasn't been done before.
Okay.
Okay, the inspiration of the show was obviously Elvis and the influences that he's had on all generations
Yep.
and all decades. So this is, how this came up. Apart from that, the infusion, though, I don't want to give too much away, but there are songs out there that do have a bit of Elvis licks in them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So the thing is that you need to come along.
You're
to
selling the
see.
sizzle.
Come to the show
You're
to
doing a
see
big
what's
sell on
happening.
the sizzle because you have
That's
to
it.
be there to find out what
Yes.
the songs are.
It's a big
You will be
surprise.
so surprised at the songs that we have seen the influence of Elvis. We can talk. I'm not going to give too much away,
No.
but there's an AC/DC song.
Okay.
An AC/DC,
All
and
right.
you're like,
And-
what? Really?
And you have to be there to
Absolutely.
find out.
Yes, you have to be
Yeah.
there.
Now we've got some tickets.
Yes, we've got some tickets to give away.
Yeah. So if you call now, and we're going to make this really. You have to do it like super quick. If you're serious, you have to do it.
Call.
Call 0412 376 848. So it's 0412 376 848, and you will get free tickets.
Yes.
2 free tickets.
Let's start off with 2.
Come on,
We'll
let's
start
go.
off with 2. So,
Call in now.
call in now. It's including dinner
Dinner.
and
Oh.
the show.
Yes, a great dinner, a show, and your drinks.
And drinks.
And drinks.
So we've actually sat down.
Oh,
and-
There we go.
Go.
Oh, we've already got a winner. Wow. Call in, guys.
Pop your cans on.
Oh,
No.
here we go.
Hello, who's that?
Hang on, I can't hear you.
Hello?
Hi,
Okay.
how you going? Hello,
You're on the air.
hello,
Hello?
hello. You're on air. Hello. I don't think she can hear us, Pino.
She should be able to.
We've lost her.
We've lost
Hello?
her.
Can you hear us?
She can't hear us.
Hi. I don't know if this is... Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear
Hello?
us? Hello.
I think there's a delay.
Ah, there's a slight delay in the signal. What's your name?
Okay, there is definitely a delay.
And
Oh,
I can hear you. There's a delay.
Okay.
Before you say anything, this
Yes.
sounds like Linda Memphis. Is this you, Linda?
Hello, Linda.
She might have to turn off her phone.
I don't think she can hear us.
Linda Memphis. Yes, it is. But yeah, the delay is really bad.
She.
Yes.
Pino's pulling his hair out, and he doesn't actually have much.
No, Linda, are you listening from Facebook or off your phone?
Check your comments.
Okay.
So their Facebook.
So it'll be
Yeah,
fun.
turn the exactly. Turn the turn it. Yeah.
That's live.
I'm on my phone, but I'm also watching Facebook.
No,
That's
don't watch
why.
Facebook. There's
Yeah.
a 20-second delay,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
switch off the Facebook.
Talk to us on the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
And I'm having hernias.
We saw you go crazy down there.
Oh, you there, Linda?
Okay, well, I still can't hear you. I can't actually hear you on the phone.
Okay.
I can't hear anything on the phone. I can only hear you on Facebook.
Turn off
Okay.
Facebook.
Wow.
Oh,
It should be on.
interesting.
We've never had problems with the phone before.
Interesting. Anyway, Linda, I think you've won some tickets.
So we know who she is, don't we?
Marcus knows her.
Yes, definitely. Linda's definitely a good supporter.
Yep.
and-
I'm still
and a good
here,
friend.
but I can't hear anything.
Well, now we're going to talk about you. So,
And Linda, you've won 2 free tickets to the show. On the 23rd, on Saturday the 23rd at the Melrose.
She crying?
that sounds. I don't know. I think she's crying.
Thank you so much.
I think
I'll
she's
type it in
crying.
the comments so you can see it.
Linda, call me tomorrow.
Yeah, Linda,
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
call Mary Grace tomorrow at the Melrose.
Linda, what do you love about Elvis so much?
No, I'm not crying.
She's so,
Why not?
Okay,
she's so delayed.
I will call the number again tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Linda.
What do I love about Elvis? That's an impossible question for me to answer. I absolutely, I don't know. I can't tell you. You know, I've loved Elvis since I was 8 years old. So there you go.
Yep, definitely true. And we do see you at shows from time to time, and you do support a lot of different guys. So I'm just trying to wonder and get out of you what makes you come to our shows.
We're going to wait 20 seconds. She must be with Telstra.
Because I love the music, and I love hearing it live. I'm an Elvis. You'll have to wait 20 seconds. Yeah, I'm an Elvis fan, and I go to hear the music live.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I love doing things that Elvis did in concert, so that really does connect quite well with me. And that's why we do it, because we have Elvis fans, and without our fans, we are nothing. We are nothing.
So true. So very true. So very true. Thank you, Linda, for calling. And don't forget.
I do love the 80s as well.
Good. We're a great show, Linda.
So.
Yeah. So, Linda, promote, if you can, promote the show. And thanks, Linda, for calling.
Thanks, Linda.
See you later.
Bye, Linda.
Bye.
Thank you so much. I definitely will. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye.
That felt like we were dealing with someone overseas in Europe.
Oh.
You know?
That was like the old international
like
phone
the-
calls overseas.
Pigeon.
So we still have a couple of free tickets.
Free,
so
yeah.
if you want to call again,
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Can we probably just work out with Pino, like cut the 20-second delay?
yeah,
But
Because
apparently,
it's hard to speak to
it's-
our,
Yeah,
our viewers.
it's actually not us.
yeah.
It's not us.
Oh, okay.
No,
We do
that's-
calls every day.
Yeah,
It's not us.
yeah.
She's listening.
Someone
to
else try and give us a call.
Hey,
And
someone
come
call
on.
us.
Someone call us and
0412 376 848.
Prove me wrong.
0412 376 848, and you'll get a couple of free tickets for the Retro and the King show, starring Marcus Jackson, Saturday night, the 23rd of June, at the Melrose, Melbourne.
that's right. And we've also got
With
an amazing cover band.
The cover band Retro
Yes.
Explosion.
Yes, they're very good. They're very good. And they feature all over Melbourne. And we've teamed up. And not just that, these guys are fantastic. They also do, my Elvis show.
Yep.
And we have a lot of
How many
banter
piece
on
band?
stage. We've got 5.
5 piece.
Yep.
Yep.
We can always extend it. We've
Yep.
also
Okay.
got brass, and we've got a few other things. So I mean, it can go up to a whole
So it's a
orchestra
live
if we
band.
need to. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Live band, extremely talented.
No, nothing like this backing track stuff you hear around town.
No.
Oh, look, that does happen though. That does
Oh,
happen.
look,
But not on that
I
night.
know.
Actually-
There are times where you have to do
But
it.
not on the night.
Yes.
No. not on
Actually,
the night.
you got a great band. Will, I don't know if you know, but it's actually Joe Taverna's actually MDing on guitar.
Great.
We got Jeff on drums.
Yes, we do.
He's from the Rebel Rousers.
Oh, yeah, Joe,
You know,
young
Jeff.
little Jeff. Yeah.
Little Maltese Terrier there.
Yeah.
And We got Anthony Lampala on
Yep.
bass.
On bass, Anthony. Yep.
And who you got on keys?
We got Enzo.
Oh, is Enzo doing the keys?
Yeah, Enzo. Enzo does the Elvis show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic.
And we've also got a vocalist, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Jennifer Ellis. She does a fantastic job.
Was she the
too.
one you had last week?
She was.
She's got a beautiful voice.
She's
Wow.
definitely good.
Yeah,
that,
she was
Jen?
great.
There you go.
No,
So-
she did. Really
Also,
nice voice.
if you want to buy tickets, you go and try booking or give myself a call on 0418 585 621 if you can't go and try booking.
That's right. That's the easiest way.
That's the easiest way. You get your tickets sent to you. So
So-
try booking.
The try booking is www.trybooking.com/UQBD.
Yes.
Okay,
That's it,
so it's UQBD.
Quite
All right.
easy to do.
So that's the most exciting thing about this whole night is I actually, sat down with Mary Grace and we just wanted to make this event extremely special because it's new. It's
Yeah.
brand new. It hasn't been done before. It's innovative. We've got some great ideas that we're going to do. We've also got, I'm not going to say too much, but we've also got
Don't give
like
away too
a
much.
special guest from the TV show Countdown.
Yes.
Remember the Countdown back in the 80s?
Countdown.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
Countdown.
that's it. So there's a lot of things happening, and
It'll be a great night.
my goal is to get people up all night dancing. So, the love of the 80s and the 70s, we've got a few comments I was reading before. There's like Billy Idol, we've got, like I said, AC/DC. We're doing things with Madonna. We've got Cyndi Lauper, George Michael. The list can, go on.
It's a fun night.
It's going to be a fun
It's gonna
night.
be a
If you want to
party.
come dressed up, you can. If,
Yeah, dress up.
come
Dress
and see what
up.
you
Actually,
think.
dressing up would be
Be
good.
Hey, Will.
fantastic night.
I think you and I need to go down, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
you
dress
can
up?
wear your leather.
We'll put the leathers on.
Yeah, you can put your leather on.
Pino, I think you should get dressed up like Cyndi Lauper.
I can lend you my clothes.
I've got the legs for it.
What, are you shaving your legs again?
don't let me go there, mate.
So basically, the night's going to be it's going to be a night that you can't miss.
It'd be crazy to miss it. That's why we come up with a very special deal with Mary
Great
Grace.
night.
It was her idea. She said, you know what, let's make this a special night for all. Let's do the 3-course meal. Let's include all the drinks.
Beer, wine, and soft drinks.
Yeah, beer, wine, and soft drinks.
Beer, wine, and soft
And I
drinks.
just thought, wow, that's an amazing. For $65.
For $65, that's
It's
really good
65.
price.
Yep.
You're getting a massive show,
Yeah.
food, drinks. Like I said, we're rolling out the red carpet. It's just going to be an amazing show.
night.
Amazing night. Something you don't want to miss because it might not happen again straight away because there's a lot involved to organise.
To organise it.
There's a lot
Is
to
it
set
ever?
up, So if we can, get people down on the 23rd of June, the most important night to enjoy it. And you know what? We've even got bookings of, you got a booking of someone's having a birthday party
Yes,
on the night.
we have. We've got
How
a
good's that?
50th birthday party,
Oh,
and she's
could
coming to the show.
Could you imagine
Yes.
having your 50th birthday
Elvis.
and then having Elvis sing happy birthday to you?
Yes.
That'd be
That's
awesome.
what we're doing. That's
Yeah.
what we're doing. So if
That'd be
anyone's
awesome.
got any birthdays or you want to celebrate an anniversary or maybe a divorce or, if you want to celebrate.
Divorce party?
I was going to say a funeral, but I shouldn't.
Oh, not really.
But we'll take, we're happy to, mention it on the night. We're happy to, make a fuss of these people because
Yep.
it's important for them and it's important for us. And we just want everyone to experience the new show that will be out and about around town, Retro and the King.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's awesome. So everybody listening tonight, Retro and the King, Saturday, 23rd of June at the Melrose, Melbourne,
In Tullamarine.
in Tullamarine. And it's a dinner and show starting at 8 p.m. with the show,
The show starts
but the
at 8.
dinner starts at 6. So, and if you have any questions or you want to book, which
Mary
you
Grace.
should book, call Mary Grace on 0418 585 621, or you can go onto the website www.trybooking.com/UQBD, and you can book there as well.
Yes.
So, is there anything else you want to say to everyone?
come along. We've got bookings currently at the moment. We can always fit more in, but
Yes.
the whole point is, for everyone to experience this, and we want to give something
Are you
new,
signing
just something
autographs
fresh.
on the night?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'll be handing out scarves.
Yep.
As Elvis did, and
Cool.
with those scarves,
You'll take photos.
yeah, we take photos after the show and we sign the scarves, and
Have fun.
it's what it's definitely all about. So,
Yep.
But if we can get some more people to call in, before we go, we'd like to give another 2 more tickets away. So that's the number there: 0412 376 848. Give us a call now. Let's get that phone ringing.
Can you do that in an Elvis voice?
And the Elvis voice.
Yeah, go on, Elvis.
Sorry, unfortunately.
Go on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to come along to the show, and if you can give us a call on 0412 376 848, that'd be great, man. Thank you very much.
Can you do the lip?
That's awesome.
Man, this is going to be a fun night.
It will be a
And that's
fun
what
night.
it's all about.
This is going to be an absolute blast.
Yeah, that's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. We have a phone call. We've got a winner. Chicken dinner.
Hello, who's that?
Oh, now I am worried.
Something's wrong with your phone.
Hello.
Could be a telemarketer call.
Hello.
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 Can you hear us?
I can. How are you?
Awesome.
Yay.
Awesome.
No delay.
We have the technology.
We have.
And what's your name?
It's Juliana.
Juliana. And I take it you're a big Elvis fan?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you seen Marcus perform
Few times.
a few times?
Oh, really?
Are you already going to the Retro and the King evening?
No.
Well, guess what? You are
I'm
now.
going?
Yeah.
You've won 2 free tickets.
Oh,
Woohoo.
You've won 2 free
awesome.
tickets.
thank you.
That's so good.
And that's my birthday present.
Awesome.
Another birthday.
That would be great.
You're going to sing happy birthday to her as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're gonna be-
definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't
Thank you.
forget to bring your party along also.
I will do.
Get them to call Mary Grace, make a booking, but you have a free ticket for you and your partner.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Awesome.
Tell me, what's
Sweet.
one of your favorite retro songs? What would you be looking forward to, or what can we play for you on the night?
Oh, memories.
Memories by Elvis.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about one of your retro bands or one of your
80 songs.
80
80s?
songs.
Yeah, one of the 80 songs
Oh
or
my
70
God.
songs.
It would have to be Boy George.
Oh.
Oh, Boy
Come,
George.
come,
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Are you going to come all
We can do
dressed up?
No.
No?
No.
Come in your birthday suit.
No, God, yeah, I'd give everybody a heart attack. No.
That's awesome.
Oh God, you'd have every paramedic in Melbourne out there.
Well, they're more than welcome to book tickets. They can book tickets too. There's no exclusions here. Politicians,
Oh, crikey.
Oh
everything.
my God.
Oh,
Oh, awesome, guys.
Thank you so
That's
much.
right.
awesome.
Well done.
Thank you. Have
Thank-
a great night,
Give
guys.
me a call tomorrow.
No worries. Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
calling.
Bye.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So, yeah, that basically wraps up the show. So, once again, Mary Grace, do you want to say it?
Well, give us a call. Book 23rd of June. It'll be a great night. Do yourself a favour.
And also, we've done, even though we've done 4 tickets, I believe you guys will be giving.
We've got
6
some more.
you'll
We've
be
got
giving
6
6
more
away.
tickets that we'll be giving away.
Yes.
So,
And how do we get the rest of them?
well, whoever wins it, we'll get them to give you a call.
Give me a call and
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
can
But
put
do
it-
they tune into?
They need to tune in tonight to Drum Talk, which is on after this.
Great drum talk.
Yeah. And then tomorrow night we have On the Mic, which is for singers and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So,
Excellent.
and then on Wednesday night we have Guitar Talk that I host. So we'll definitely plug the show.
Yeah, so 2 tickets per show. There'll
2
be
tickets
6,
per show.
and that will be 10.
There you go.
That's it.
Awesome.
Yep. So that makes up 10 tickets.
Yep.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank
It's
you.
been
Thank you, guys.
amazing. Thanks, Pino.
And
Thank you.
It was great.
It's been great.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Elvis is still in the building.
Elvis will be leaving the building.
Elvis has left the building.
So everybody, thanks for listening in, and see you at Retro and the King at the Melrose.
Bye.
See you later.
You're listening to the Muso channel.